Hi, welcome back. Video cut short, connection went out. I don't know what, but I am Dawn Carter. And we are talking today really quick about using Snapchat as really like a content generation machine to basically use Snapchat to, for instance, cover live events. So one of the things I want you to think about Snapchat, for those of you who are not using it, think of it as a slideshow where each of the slides are either a video, they can be a photograph, or they can be text. So most people are familiar and can wrap their heads around what a PowerPoint slideshow. So just think Snapchat is like a little portable ability to create one of those slideshows in what's called a snap story. And you just save each element that you are creating while you're creating it to your story. Number two, one of the things you can do is you can save your story and upload it to YouTube. What's nice about that is that if you've given some thought before covering your event, I want to show, a little, I want to tell people what it is. There's an intro. I want to have a little bit of fun in there, and then I want to wrap it up. If you have that bit of a story arc, then it makes a great piece of content to upload later to YouTube. All you need to do is, as you take each of those elements, you save them to your story in Snapchat, and then you can literally just download that story and then go ahead and upload that to your YouTube channel. So what's nice about that, you can embed that little story into a blog post, whatever, but it's a great way to kind of give a little, rather than just walking around with a video camera, after a while it gets kind of boring. Well, Snapchat forces you to come up with little 9-10 second segments. So what it really does for you as a storyteller is it forces you to get creative, and it forces you to get succinct, because again, people will tune out if it's long and boring and rambles on. So that's a great way that you can save your story after snapping it to YouTube. The other thing you can do is use individual snaps or individual elements that you capture using Snapchat, whether it's a photo or a video. Usually those are my two ones I use the most, but you can go ahead and save those individually. So instead of saving those within the whole context of a story, you can just use it to just capture one little piece. And the nice thing about that is, when you're taking a regular photograph, maybe you want to throw a hashtag onto that photo before you post it. Well, it's just a great and easy way to go ahead and throw that hashtag on, take the picture, and then save it, and then almost instantly post it to Twitter, or to Facebook or to Instagram. So again, individual snaps. The biggest usage that I've really enjoyed is being able to put Instagram and Twitter content that I create in Snapchat. So again, just want to show you, if you're short on time and you only have one content generation thing, it is so nice to be able to shoot or cover that event once and then take those individual elements and share them across. And I thought, I'll go ahead, as long as my connection stays on, I'll go ahead and show you an example. So let me go ahead and turn this around. Let me see if I can turn it. So I've done some work with Grow, the Riverside Food Systems Alliance, and I just want to show you that, here's an example of their Instagram feed. Here we go. So this is an example of their Insta feed. This, one of the days I went and Snapchatted the guys from Wick's Brewery as they picked local oranges. Local citrus is definitely a story that's important for us within the Riverside Food Systems Alliance, and it was just a way to document and cover that. Well, I Snapchatted. Ooh, I'm going to use my pointer. I Snapchatted this story. See if you can see that. I Snapchatted the story and then posted it onto the Instagram account for the Riverside Food Systems Alliance. This also was another snap, because see how I can put that kind of label on there. The other nice thing about that is, I'll go ahead and show you this, is went ahead and, so some of these are photographs. This was just absolutely just a photograph of some fun moment from one of our events. So here's a community event leader, community garden leader, and we had a selfie booth. And what I want to share about this is that I'm sharing behind the scenes content, but I'm also personalizing, hey, people that belong to this Food Systems Alliance were fun. Yeah, we love food and we like moving, towards change, but we also know how to have a good time. So let me go ahead and show you a little bit from the Grow Riverside Twitter account, because this is Twitter Scope. Again, this was a photograph that was actually taken in Snapchat that I posted onto Twitter. Here's another thing that I just want to show you. Again, there was a green festival in town. Photographs taken in Snapchat, but posted to Twitter. So again, this is repurposing the content. And again, because it was such an easy way to capture, the other nice thing about it is, look at this. On the search for free stuff, what are you guys giving away? Well, we're with Riverside So we basically have a nice little, I know you can't hear that, but basically what's nice is little tiny, turn this around. So little tiny vignettes of what we were doing at the event. Let me go ahead and put this back up here. Forget it. I'll just hold it. Hi, Mark. Welcome. Thanks for hopping on. So basically what we've been doing, what I was showing you is how to use Snapchat to basically cover an event, give those little tiny snippets of content that are fun, whether it's not just interviews with people, but make it something fun. I mean, and definitely get someone who knows how to create fun. If you've got subject matter experts that might be a little dry, whatever, you can ask them interesting questions. Because remember, the whole purpose isn't to completely teach people in a Snap story. It's to draw them in. It's to invite them into other places. It's to bring them to, for instance, drive them to your website where you'll have more of that permanent content residing. So all we're doing with these little nuggets, I call these shareable nuggets, and I call them digital breadcrumbs. So they are ways to invite people that may be interested in your topic to engage with you on a different place. So again, that's what we talked about today. We talked about Snapchat. Thinking it's, for those of you not familiar, you can think of it like a slideshow that uses video and photos. You can save your story to YouTube, but the real gold is when you can grab those individual, either short videos or photographs, and then repurpose those across all your platforms, particularly ones that are video friendly like Instagram and Facebook now, and Twitter. So this was Twitterscope episode 111, talking about creating once, repurposing, and using the content across all your platforms. You can find all of the old Twitterscopes on YouTube. If you just search for hashtag Twitterscope, you will find me there. And if you have any questions, again, each day we're pushing back that veil of ignorance that surrounds Twitter. And so today we just talked about one quick way to create content using something as ubiquitous as Snapchat. Well, it's ubiquitous for some of us. A lot of our teenagers are using it in a different way. I'm talking about using it to generate content that you can share across your platforms. So thanks again for hopping on. If you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much. And definitely hit subscribe. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. How do you save the story? Okay, so real quick question. When you are in Snapchat and you go ahead and create whatever that element is, the next screen after you say send, it'll ask you, it'll say save to story, or it'll give you choices of people that you can pick through. A lot of people will just pick the names of who they want to send it to, but at the very, very top, it'll say save to story, and you just continually save those. Now remember, those stories go away after 24 hours, so you want to make sure, if you're going through all this work to create that, at some point to create your download your story, and it'll save to your phone. Good question, Mark. So that's how you save the story. You can also, if you click on my story, it'll bring up all the individual elements below that, and that's where you can save each individual element that you want. Because some of them you may be a transition between different images, and you don't want to tweet that out. But that's where I grab my good videos, is from there. So great question, Mark. Thanks for asking that. Awesome. We will talk to you guys later. And if you have questions, use the hashtag Twitterscope. And I'm Dawn Carter, signing up from Riverside, California. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.